While these things are ongoing, we're also using this as an opportunity to think deeply about our core technical strategy. In particular, we had a very interesting main chain strategy conversation last week, where now we're circling back, and the reality is we are built on a Bitcoin-like blockchain, heritage through Zcash into Horizen. We've made some very important modifications at the consensus level to our main chain, integrating Zendu for the interoperability. But now that we're at the point where we're in delivery mode for a lot of really important sidechains, and we're going to continue there, but let's revisit the overall system architecture, including, importantly, for the main chain. So is continuing down this Bitcoin-like through Zcash to Zencash to Horizen heritage main chain, is this the way to go? And if yes, we want to say double down on privacy. If yes, maybe we want to be aggressive about upstream improvements for Bitcoin Zcash, so on and so forth. Or do we want to take a different strategic perspective where we say, okay, well, the Bitcoin technology space has evolved significantly over the last 5 years since we've been a project. So why don't we, just think from scratch and think through what is the pure vision for what we want as an ecosystem, and think through what type of technology would match that vision, and then have the complete, creative options or space of options open, where we can take any learnings, any new sophisticated blockchain technologies that have been deployed over the last 5 years and start there. So as an example, if we were to go down the new creative path on the main chain side, we could consider things like, say like full recursion. So we can have a super succinct, minimalist database for a blockchain. We could have very, very fast and cryptographically secure finality on chain, things like that. Maybe we want to go down just be blazingly fast, like Solana or other projects that are on the market, where to them, speed for transactions was probably the most important dominating feature, right? So anyway, I'm just throwing out different options, and the way that I look at this and the way that we talked about it last week is we have kind of two strategic buckets. We keep doing more of what we're doing now, but we just be very deliberate about it. And this is crafted around a concise vision statement, where we're going to go down this Bitcoin Zcash through Zencash and Horizen path. So that means UTXO-based chain. That means privacy, shielded pool like we have, and just be deliberate and be aggressive on maintaining that and expanding functionalities. Or we go down this other path and really the sky's the limit in terms of innovation and picking and choosing what exists in the market, probably leveraging a lot of the work we've done on the sidechain side already so that we can just integrate some of those technologies. And really, we have two different paths. But importantly, and the second main point that I wanted to talk to you guys about today is this is not a decision that this team talking to you right now is qualified to make. I mean, technically qualified, of course, right? What I mean is this ecosystem really does require, now that we're delivering the key platform components to open up this ecosystem, it really does require open governance. This is not the kind of thing where a team makes unilateral decisions. And of course, we could say in theory, the community's always been steering the ship, and the community can always choose what versions of software to run. But let's be explicit about it. We need to be better about community governance and community decision-making and open governance. And what we're going to do is we're going to craft this main chain strategy, these different options that are available into ZenEps, and we are going to present these to the community. And we have to get serious about the ZenEp process, which we are now on the back end. We have the infrastructure, and we're actively working to just process these things and publish them and market them to you guys so they can actually be aware that they exist and be encouraged to opine and comment on them. We need to get better at it, and we need to have real community buy-in through a process of open, deliberate, and vigorous debate. Because any of these strategic paths, they're major potentially. One is a potential major protocol shift or pivot, and the other is just doing more of what we're doing now. So it's probably less controversial, but we need to be deliberate about choosing that path if that is the right path for the community. And if we do, then really doubling, tripling down on it so that we can get aggressive about deliveries and following upstream improvements.